Pisces, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, you have all my love. All of my love. Yeah, I was about to sing that to you, but I'm not going to. If you're brand new to the channel or just cross-watching, make sure you come in and check out some of the new playlists, okay? Um, Pisces, sometimes these cards, they line out with us, right? You know the deal. Sometimes they don't. Just take what energy fits with you, okay? Do keep in mind, I've been leaving the haiku poems right before your reading. I feel like it's a really cool kind of a meditative way. Meditative. It's a meditative way to start your reading. All right. I'm going to give you the lowdown. We'll shuffle up. I'm having one of those mornings. Okay. Pisces, I wish for you prosperity, love, connection, abundance, health, wealth, stability, all of those beautiful things I'm going to try to put into this reading. I will shuffle up here in front of you for transparency's sake, but I've already pre-shuffled. Okay, I feel like I'm good to go with Pisces. I'm excited. What's going to go on in the current energy? The crossing challenge, the foundation. Ooh, come on now. The recent past. We're looking at possibilities here. Okay, we got some heat coming up for you, Pisces. Okay, the near future. We have the self, the environment, and we have the hopes, fears, wishes, or worries, and the outcome and the direction. Yeah, we got some passion going on. All right, Pisces, check it out. We got a few major arcana I'm going to talk about, but hey, while I'm doing this look-see here for just a second, I got your brand new poems. Hang on. Okay, Pisces, we're starting with the reading. We opened up with the Two of Swords, okay? I've had a chance to look at these cards. Hope you enjoyed the haiku poems, by the way. They were for you. And why? Anytime we open up with the Two of Swords, okay, it's go time for somebody here. It's decision time. I do definitely feel like for some of you, this is going to resonate with some kind of a soulmate. Could be twin flame journey for some, but this is a heated connection that may have like jump started in the recent past. Okay, and it took kind of a dry spell. So if this resonates with you, stick around and we're going to unveil this story. Okay, I'll get into your reading. Okay, like I said, the Two of Swords energy, it represents like, someone still watching your shit online, but they're not texting, and I feel like this is you. You're done with the silence, okay? You're done with the vacation physically. You know what I mean? For some of you, this could look like, you're just having a choice between maybe a couple of people here. One stable, one intoxicating. I don't know. It's ignoring message because you could answer, right? But you want them to try harder. You know what I mean? Um, this is debating, blocking someone who's breadcrumbed you. That's what I'm getting at here, right? So, for some of you, it could also look like, if this applies, maybe you're just, I don't know, torn between maybe staying at a job because of security's sake or whatever, um, versus taking like a risk, something towards your passions. Okay. Excuse me. It could be talking about waiting for money, to clear or some kind of a contract to finalize, but it's got this is green light. Like I said, it's go time here, for someone, This could look like somebody wanting access to you, and you're not sure if they deserve it, right? Choosing between, emotional comfort here and emotional growth is where you're, like it's that decision time of which one is way more valuable here. So the masculine energy here would look like, avoiding a conversation. Um, do keep in mind, I do use these terms, masculine, feminine. It does not represent gender here. Okay, there are plenty of women who have masculine and plenty of men who have feminine. Okay, it's just the energy that they're setting in. So the masculine energy would look something like, like I said, that avoidant type of energy. The feminine energy is kind of withdrawn, right, to protect their peace. Okay, but I feel like someone might be pretending they're just fine, but they're still checking out your shit online, right? As far as like synchronicities of this cards, we could be talking about mirror. Okay, like I said, this could resonate with some of you, in that push pull retreat kind of energy. Okay, one reaches out, the other one ghosts. It's like you're pulling on each other's energies here, so there's a mirroring effect. So mirrors could be significant to somebody. Somebody could have that realization sitting there putting their makeup on. Somebody could be combing their hair going, oh shit, I just thought about them. But then all of a sudden these flood of energy comes through. But this is definitely seeing the reflections of your own patterns like in others. Okay, it's not judgment. It is not judgment. This is all about clarity. Okay, all right, we're going to move on. We're going to look at this challenge card. Pisces, a little bit of a soft landing here. Okay, this is conflict avoidance. This is ego battles. Some of the generic terms for what that card represents. But this is, the situation where nobody truly wins, right? It's like, I don't know, I ghosted you so that I would get to win. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of the internal battles that someone is having within themselves. It has nothing to do with that particular person, your person of interest. It's because you're bringing out those types of energies in each other. Okay, so the masculine energy is stalking the hell out of your page, but still won't apologize. The feminine energy's tired of being the only one who fucking tries. You know what I mean? So keep this in mind. It's not necessarily it is the person, but it's all about the energies. Okay, it's all about that mirroring effect going on here. So um, I don't know. Maybe somebody's jealous of your glow up. Okay, we could be talking about any external. It doesn't have to be your person, that's on your mind, but it's definitely got that. I'm trying to provoke you in whatever way I can. Could be you're replaying some kind of an old conversation or something like that. That I don't know. Maybe you wished had gone a little different, or it could look like someone wanting to reach out but fears, being rejected. Um, I don't know. Maybe you're just half-ass tempted to clap back on somebody, but you don't, right? It could look like maybe a coworker, might be threatened by your, just how good you are as a, the way you maintain yourself, your work ethic, something like that. This could also represent like a family member or something that's, projecting insecurities onto you. Okay, just take what applies here. But I don't know. I feel like the universe is definitely nudging you towards some kind of an emotional honesty. Okay, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. Excuse me. All right, Pisces, we've got the Page of Pentacles. For some of you, this could resonate as a person that's younger than you, that's about to reach out. It doesn't have to apply, but it could be. We could also be talking about like a brand new beginning in your money, your self-worth, skills, those types of things, rebuilding, kind of like from the ground up. I don't know, like the new job offer, the side hustle that's playing, going to play out for you. Um, I don't know, maybe some of you are taking on some kind of lessons to, do online presence, more online presence, or some kind of skill set, in other words, here, right? This could also look like that message that comes in with some kind of an offer, for you. So, I don't know, maybe you're studying someone's, texting patterns, like a scientist here, right? Someone wants to prove themselves to you, but it's got the energy of definitely like, planting the seed, for long-term stability. It's got financial opportunity that might appear unexpectedly for you. For some of you, this is attracting, people who definitely value your mind. Okay. As far as like synchronicities are concerned, I'm not sure. It's like you're being guided toward the next step in your growth. So anything that would sync up with you about growth. Okay, some of you could be like about to buy some seeds to plant in the ground. You know what I mean? So it's got that. It's planting and setting preparing the soil, the whole nine, kind of an energy with it. Okay. Anyway, I feel like when you're focused on something else entirely, this situation is going to unfold for you. Okay. All right, we're moving on into the recent past for Pisces, the Three of Wands. You have expanded. Like I said, that page of Pentacles energy there is, it's the hopes, and you've moved past something, so that I feel like something didn't rise to meet the occasion in the energy that you were in, right? You waited for that text, and it's just too late, right? Or it came too late. Someone promised something to you, they didn't deliver. For some of you, this is like exploring brand new options. Since you have risen up to meet the occasion, the Two of Wands is I'm making the plans for this. The Three of Wands is actually taking action now. So some of you, this could be like you're manifesting some kind of a bigger, better arrangement for yourself. Whatever that may look like, for making a move, or securing that job with better benefits, that type of thing. But I don't know, maybe you outgrew a relationship or something like that. Moved on is what it's talking about, right? Someone may have expected you to chase them, and you just didn't. I feel like maybe you might have seen their true colors. You took a step back. Um, I don't know. This is definitely got the energy like I realize that I deserve reciprocity. Somebody else to reciprocate those same types of authentic, the authenticity back to you, right? Okay. For some of you, it might have been a beautiful ending, even if it hurt, right? There may have been a lesson involved in this for some of us. Okay. Okay. We're moving on into the possibilities. And again, it's still got the fire, the passion, the romance, everything. This is confidence. This is definitely the reason I say this is because you're followed up in your outcome and direction with this Knight of Wands. But I will explain this. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but this is sexual chemistry here. For some of you, this could be like pinned up. You know what I'm saying? This is bold moves. Someone wildly attracted to you. It could be that Page of Pentacles energy. Like I said, someone with the fire sign energy. They want you badly. We could be talking about anybody from Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, family, right? Doesn't have to apply, but could. But this is the I know my worth era, right? This is the glow up. You could be flirting a lot more boldly. Somebody could be flirting with you. I don't know. This has got an energy of like, um, I don't know, that jealous ex. They're seeing your blow up, and they're starting to make comments, and you actually know this. You know what I mean? It's like you're still friends with their friends, but they're saying all this stuff, and it's just hell, that couldn't hit your ego any better, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. You're in the blow up phase here. It's like, I don't know, maybe you're posting a lot less, but being watched a hell of a lot more. But I feel like somebody's wanting to impress the hell out of you, and it may be physically. Okay. This is stepping into leadership. This is irresistible without trying. You know what I mean? So for some of you, they definitely got their eye on you intensely here. Okay. As far as timing is concerned, I feel like this is anywhere from like 3 to 6 weeks from now. Okay. So keep in mind with the synchronicities and everything, how that may line up for you. Now, in the near future, we have the Queen of Cups, right? This is emotional openness. This is softness. It's got someone wanting to be vulnerable with you. A confession that may finally come in, right? Somebody admitting, just how wrong they were, how much they missed you. Okay, it's this is I lead with compassion. Okay, sorry, I had to get a drink there. I'm still trying to finish up my coffee. This could look like for some of you, someone crying after seeing something that reminds them of you, um, and they may express that. Like how much I miss you, that kind of energy. So the feminine energy is leading with definitely compassion here. And the masculine energy is kind of like finally opening up. That's what this softening is. It's going with the flow, the ebb and flow. That's what that robe. She's adorned with the ebb and flow robe to represent the waterfall, right? just to go with the flow. So I feel like this is a I don't know, kind of like a heart to heart change that is going to move differently in your soul here. Okay, it should give you that emotionally safe again kind of feeling, right? Um, we are talking about in the near future, so this could be that soulmate connection that resurfaces here. Okay, but you're definitely going to be seen, and I feel like it's that deep scene, that sense that the Queen of Cups is the only the only one in the cup section that has the lid on the cup. And so it's definite intuition here. Okay, it's that emotional truth, right, that rises to the surface. So that mystery that's hidden in that cup is going to rise to the surface. And we're talking about, this could be that late night moment of honesty for some of you. Okay, that late night text that comes in. All right, we're moving on into the self. All right, this is tender. It might poke a little bit of a bruise, but it's for your own good. I promise you. You might be just grieving someone that didn't choose you properly here. Okay. And I feel like this is the healing from karmic ties. You understand this, this, for some of you, this could be, healing wounds that was triggered during this back and forth, this hot and cold. Okay. Keep in mind these types of patterns always show up, especially around the time these connections start to make somewhat of a kinetic, energetic type bond. A lot of times these fears and things will come up. So just, I feel like this is you're learning to trust yourself again. Okay. Maybe you're letting go of someone who kept you waiting, or, you know, definitely like working on your own self-worth here. Okay. But I don't know, forgiving yourself, maybe for staying too long, but it also has preparing yourself, for a healthier type of love as well. Okay. So, synchronicity here, I feel like your body knows what your heart is still trying to process. Okay. So, you know, take what fits here, take what resonates, right? I love you, Pisces. Okay. We're moving on into the environment, right? We've got the judgment. This is awakenings, it's realizations. It's, for some, it's second chances. This is accountability. Okay. It's the, shit, I messed up. It's that moment. You know what I mean? So, a person from your past it's possible they could appear and, give you that clarity that you're needing. It's that apology that, I don't know, maybe you never expected the apology, but definitely the karmic cycle's ending here. You know, for some of you, it could be like you have found your calling. You feel like you're ready to step into the purpose that you came to this planet to do. You know what I mean? A job opportunity or something like that. Um, it may be open and available for you now. This could be, this could look like that family member maybe admitting that they were wrong about something. But I feel like this is, in the overall of this card, I feel like you're choosing yourself, and it's very loud. And so, like I said, that's part of that. That's part of that quiet coming back. Okay, with that Queen of Cups, that person may try to slowly kind of come back. It's got that slow burn. Okay. You could actually be seeing somebody's initials repeat a lot here, as far as synchronicities or something like that. Something about repeating letters, maybe in their name or something like that. That might be significant to some. Okay. For others, we could be talking about around, Mercury or Venus transit. Okay. As far as astrology is concerned, those might be significant dates. Okay. All right, moving on into the hopes, fears, wishes, and worries. Pisces. I don't know. You're afraid of being used emotionally, financially. You want the reciprocity, not breadcrumbs, right? And so your biggest fear here is giving way more than you receive, right? And so you're just hoping someone's going to step up. Um, I feel like you might be a little worried about money, but also manifesting abundance is something that you're really trying to work on here. And so that could put you in that state of mind where maybe you feel like you might be being a little bit too generous. you know, and so it still has that learning some boundaries around that situation. Maybe you're kind of that overgiver. Maybe you're trying to put back money, and you know that you know this is part of a plan that you've done, and you know you got some people in your life maybe that may feel like they're taking uh, a little bit from you financial wise and emotional there. So that's what that kind of represents. But also for some of you, you could be seeing, you know, yeah, the numbers like 717. Um, 717, the angel numbers, they kind of represent like this, the equal give and take, you know, as far as alignment is concerned. Okay. All right, we're moving on into the outcome and the direction. This is passion. Okay. This could be that soulmate connection, that one that's finally coming in, but it's bold. Okay. Um, Pisces, somebody's coming towards you, and it could feel a little fast. All right. And I believe they're serious here. Okay. We could be talking about a fire sign, you know, masculine that's going to make a move. Like again, you know, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius could be in your timeline, but take what fits here. But I don't know. This is that you know, that flirty message that may arrive, but it's also a sexual connection that reignites. So, like I said, there's definitely fire in this reading. But I feel like I said again, it's kind of been that mirrored back and forth. You know, this person is going to come in with confidence. Okay. Um, this could also represent something about your work, you know, that you're about to receive some exciting news, you know, maybe for some of you who are doing side hustles or side projects, something like that. Maybe that's going to take off for you here, but this is definitely, I feel alive again. Okay. You know, you're pursued, but you're not chasing. You know, I feel like there's someone who wants to protect you, or they want to show up for you. Okay. And this is in your outcome and the direction. So, I feel like it's going to be at a moment that you least expect this situation. You know, Pisces, it's you know, just to sum it all up, I know you're tired of the half effort, the mixed signals. You know, who can live with that kind of shit? But I feel like someone new sees your worth here. Okay, and I feel like they're about to be really bold and make a move on you. You know, so you don't have to shrink. You know, I feel like these cards have spoken to you and said, you know, you're choosing yourself, and that's the proper way to rise. You know what I mean? It's all about your confidence, your clarity. You know, this is the emotional rebirth here. Okay, so I hope this resonated with you, Pisces. I hope you got something from it. If you enjoyed it, would you give it a thumbs up? You know, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscription button. Make sure you turn on your notifications. You know. Um, yeah, I'm impressed with the reading. It's really good. It's mature. It's life, right? It's life. We go through these stages. You know, sometimes we sit around and we wonder what that person's thinking. Or do they think about me the way I'm thinking about them? Most generally, when those connections come together, every bit of that resolves itself. You know, it's like, damn, I can't believe, you know, you were thinking the same thing. I should have texted. I didn't. I just didn't want to, you know, mess it up for you. And it's that same conversation. So, Pisces, I love you. Let the universe do what they do best. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that one, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you on the next readings. Okay. All right. Bye bye.